in Ramadan, Islamic occasions, how do you really practice the Siyam in colleges, in a group setting? Do you have iftars together? The masalla, especially for those who stay in colleges, in dorms, how do they do it? Do they pray Taraweeh there and all that?
Yeah, well, my college park, they actually do have iftar, I think, every day of Ramadan, and they have, Taraweeh every night. So, after a long day, you can just go to the musalla and, chill, eat, and pray Taraweeh after.
Three of you, Faisal, Sulaiman, and Iman, inshallah. How do you maintain the level of your Quran memorization? How do you do it? Do you practice it every day? Do you read certain amount of ayahs?
In the beginning, right after I finished, yes, it was a constant revision. I used to review every day at home after college, but as the time goes on, the less and less I started to review. So now it's whenever I get a chance, I try to sit down and I review. Having our, like you said in the beginning of the program, having our Saturday and Sunday class really helps us to review, because we can sit there and review while the kids are getting their work ready. So it's not as much as it used to be before, but it's still, alhamdulillah, good. I'm still able to review.
MashaAllah. How about you, Sulaiman?
Similar to Faisal, same thing. When I finished the Quran, I tried to review like a lot, but I didn't have to because I already knew it like really well. But once, I guess years passed, I had to start, reviewing a lot more. Let's say I tried at least probably one juz a day, and then teaching, since I memorized the Quran, that helped out a lot because you're reviewing at the same time. So,
MashaAllah. Well, what do you advise to the parents? I know you teaching about 60 children now.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, boys and girls, every Saturday and Sunday. What do you think the parents should do? Even though this program will be transmitted to Ethiopia, eventually there are people who will be watching it in the United States as well when they subscribe to Dish Network and all that. What do you advise those parents? What do you see missing in the children?
Well, from our experience, for example, there's a lot of parents that come, drop off their kids, leave, come back, pick them up, and they've never asked us in a year any progress. What's my kid doing? How far has he got? Has he gotten better? And there's other parents that come, that sit there with their kid, help them, and then every day they come to us and they ask us, what does he need to improve on? How far has he gotten? And you can see the difference in the kids, that the parents care, parents don't care. The parents that just come and drop off their kids and leave, they're not progressing as well as the kids that the parents are concerned about their kids. So a lot of it has to be the parents being involved in their kids' education. Just like in school, when it comes to Quran, you have to be physically involved, because it's not easy for someone to do it on their own. That support system has to be there, and it has to start with the parents.
well, similar to what Faisal was saying, other than like the parents being involved, but like, you're talking about like a little kid here, and what they like is like, getting toys or candy and stuff like that. So what I found to be very helpful was when I was memorizing the Quran, like my mom used to say, like, every story you memorize, I'm going to give you like, a certain amount of money, or, I'll give you a toy or something like that, But like after I started memorizing really fast, she was like, oh no, it's too much, So, I mean, you have to give the kids like, some kind of inspiration, some kind of goal to work towards, So if they do that, then of course they're going to be like, oh, I could just get like, a whole bunch of candy or something.
Yeah, I remember when I was memorizing, my mom said, if you finish half, I'll get you a cell phone. I don't think I've ever memorized that fast before. And I got a cell phone. So,
One of the things, this is for the sisters, it is so difficult, I know that because all my children are girls, to really go through the life in the West, especially in the United States, when you have girls who are always under pressure and all that. What do you think that makes the pressure easy on the sisters? Would you recommend any programs such as clubs or groups, sisters group and youth group, something like that? Iman.
Okay. I think also, I think sticking with, if especially if in the beginning, if you're having trouble, or if you don't have like a strong faith or whatever, then I think it's very important that you have that Muslim background or that family or community supporting you. And like you said, a lot of joining youth groups at the masjids. They have like a lot of youth-oriented programs that attracts the youth, that talks about the issues that youth are facing today here in America. So being involved in a lot of those gives you that kind of understanding. You see that I'm not the only person struggling with issues, but I have other people with the same issues, and that they found different ways of solving their problems or whatever. So you have that like kind of like bond. You get to build different relationships with people, and that helps you go through life much easier.
I think definitely like youth groups. When I grew up, I was, even though I went to an Islamic school all my life, I was a part of a youth group, and it definitely, I was able to build very close friendships with people. And having that youth group was bi-weekly, yes. And we, would always, it's a way to remember Allah, but also just build friendships and, sisterhood and brotherhood, which made a big difference, especially like Faisal said earlier. When you go to college, it's kind of like a shock, because especially for people who go to Islamic schools, you're in this completely different environment. But it was easier because I do have Muslim friends to always go back to. So it was, we were bonding in that, we shared in that experience together. We, had the same pressures. We were able to find alternatives to different things and kind of push each other for good. So I think definitely building, even if you don't go to an Islamic school, there's always youth groups, youth clubs that you can join. And in that way you can build Islamic friendships to help you battle those pressures.
And what do you